Alright. I guess, yeah, we're just gonna be, I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, well, Saber's like the strongest servant in this Holy Grail war. What's gonna happen? Who knows? Let's see. Someone takes away the person in my arms. The important weight disappears. At the same time, my body becomes heavy. The light body turns into iron, and I fall, unable to keep myself up. I hear someone's voice. My body is heavy and hot. I imagine turning red. Does it get this hot when you put steel in fire to make a sword? That's what you're thinking about, Shiro? The heat gradually goes away as time passes. And well, you know, usually when Caster takes control of Saber, that's when we die, but I guess we survived. That's one thing. A room I don't know. I stare at the ceiling with a boiling head. That's the only thing I can do. It seems I'm lying on a bed. A calm voice, unlike before. The person that brought me here to treat my wound. I guess not. We don't have the command spell anymore. We're not really part of the Holy Grail War anymore. I mean, that doesn't make it safe, though. We still might get targeted and killed anyway. Just like last time in the Fate round at the very beginning. Even if we give up being a master, people will just kill us anyway. Says those words. We don't have to fight anymore, apparently. I try to say something and my vision turns black. My eyelids fall. Anesthesia causes my body to fall asleep. I feel someone leaving and hear the sound of the door closing. My consciousness turns off at that moment. Interlude time. The sun sets. The sun, which wasn't even visible, sets and the dark sky gets even darker. So I guess we're reporting everything to Archer as Rin. That's the only response Archer gave me. His master, Tosuka Rin, simply stated the facts, but he states it even more matter-of-factly. Actually, matter-of-factly, is that a word? I know matter-of-fact, I mean that's a word, but matter-of-factly, can you add an ly at the end and make it a word? I have no idea. Is that in the dictionary? Anyway.
これといった打開策は思いつかないな。だが、奴の方部が判明しただけでも良しとするべきだ。
I mean, I guess that's one thing we can take away from it. The fact that Rin knows her Noble Phantasm now. Caster's trump card, I guess.
サーバントとマスターの契約を断つか。事前にそれを知っておけば、うまくことを運べるだろう。
それはそうだけど、ずいぶん無関心なのね、ハーチャー。あなた、セイバーに肩入れしてたんじゃないの？
そんな素振りを見せたつもりはないが、何をもってそう思う、リン。
Yeah, but anything, they kind of like argued for a bit actually.
そうね。女の勘で納得できる？
却下だ。女という年か君は。まず色化が足りない。優雅さも不足だ。おまけに、これが致命的なのだが、とにかく可愛さが分かりづらい。
Yes, being a tsundere is hard to understand, Bryn.
なんだ、ようやく調子出てきたわね、あんた。
She smiles pleasantly. Archer has to be like this. An emotional person isn't the partner Rin trusts. Or unemotional, rather. Did I say emotional or unemotional? Right. A partner has to always be composed and has to speak cynically against everyone. Rin knows that is the kindness of this knight. Speaking cynically, or cynically, is like indirectly telling others to fix that part of them.
そう。じゃあ、確証その1。 あなた初めてセイバーと会った時手を抜いてたでしょ。いくらセイバーが強いって言っても守り上手なあなたが一撃で倒されるとは思えないのよね。
Archer went easy on Saber? The very first time they met in the prologue, I guess? He got defeated in the Fey route. He got, like, you know, injured and stuff.
あれは不意打ちだったからな。君と同じ予想外の展開には弱いんだ。
余計なお世話よ。で、確証はその2。ライダーの一件の後、セイバーを挑発してたでしょ。
Yeah, that was that incident.
あれってどう考えてもあんたらしくないのよね。それで少し見方を変えてみたら分かっちゃった。あなた、あの時セイバーを叱ってたんでしょ。正解？やっぱりね、そうじゃないかと思ってたんだ。前世からの因縁にしろ何にせよ、あんたがあそこまで冷たい態度を取るなんて珍しいもの。
Does Archer know Saber from his previous life?
そうかな。私は誰に対してもああいった対応をしていると思うのだが。
そう思うは本人ばかりってね。思うんだけど、あなたって自分に関することだけは不器用なのよ。周りに対してはすごく器用だからつい騙されちゃうんだけど。
Archer frowns. He must have been self-conscious of it. The knight in red ponders with a troubled expression, and his master looks at him in pleasure. And suddenly...
で、そろそろ思い出した？自分がどこの英雄か。セイバーと関係があるならセイバーに近い時代の英雄なんでしょ？
She says so as if testing something. Well, then why does Saber not remember him then?
いや、もやがかかったままだ。だが、君の言う通り、あのセイバーには覚えがある。あちらは知らないようだから、あまり深い関係ではなかったようだが。
So he does admit it. Archer does know Saber, but Saber doesn't know him.
じゃあ友人とか恋人関係じゃなかったのね。残念。そうだったらセイバーの正体も分かったのに。
She doesn't sound disappointed. It's just an offhanded remark.
まあ、いずれ思い出すさ。それより、リン。連れ込んできた者の様子はどうだ？命に別状はないのか？
なんとか命は取り留めたわ。あいつ、昨日まで怪我を負っても勝手に治ってたくせに、今回の傷は全然治らないのよ。契約が切れたら、セイバーからもらっていた治癒能力がなくなったんでしょうね。
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. The fact that since Saber's not our servant anymore, maybe the power of the sheath in our body is not working as usual.
けど、まあなんとかなったわ。幸い急所は外れてたし、3日ほど安静にしていれば食事ぐらいはできるようになる。
いや、そっちじゃない。もう一人の方だ。
Archer doesn't care about Shiro.
ああ、藤村先生。あの人なら寝室で寝かせてあるわ。キャスターの眠りの魔術を受けているけど、本人はすっごく元気よ。処置はしてきたから、1週間眠り続けても支障はないわ。
そうか。だが、キャスターの魔術なら眠り姫になりかねないな。あの女のそれは魔術というより呪いだ。解除するには本人を倒すのが手っ取り早い。
そうね。どのみち聖杯戦争も長くは続かない。一日でも早くキャスターは倒すし、藤村先生ならひょっこり自力で起きそうだし。
Archer nods. And after a brief pause in the conversation,
キャスター退治が最優先だな。マスターが一人減ったとはいえ、セイバーは健在だ。余裕はないぞ、リン。
わかってる。すぐに街に出るわ。いくらキャスターでもセイバーを完全に支配するには時間がかかるはず。できればセイバーが操られる前にキャスターを倒さないと。
了解だ。では、あの小僧との契約もここまでだな。ではない。エミやシロはマスターではないのだろ
So it's okay for me to just slit his throat in his sleep, right, Ren?
ならば戦力にはならんし、わざわざ守ってやる必要もない。君が使った2つ目の霊樹はこれで解約ということだ。どうした？まさか共に戦ったよしみで面倒を見るなどというのではなかろうな。
まさかそこまでお人よしじゃないわ。
なら
けどまだ終わってない。あいつが自分から降りるっていうまで約束は破らない。私は突っぱねるけど、あいつが参ったっていうまでは終わらせちゃいけないんだから。
She declares stubbornly. How can he reply to that?
それが私の方針よ。文句ある？あーちゃん。
仕方あるまい。君がそういう人間だということは言いたいほど分かっている。
His voice sounds cynical. She just laughs it off and makes an order.
行くわよあーちゃん。どうしてか知らないけどキャスターは竜道寺に戻っていない。なら探し出して戻る前に倒しましょう。
There's no need to answer. The knight in red nods and follows his master. Gloomy clouds are still overhead. A moonless night. She departs with Archer to take aim at her target. Like literally, like Archer is taking aim with his bow. Alright. I guess we're just gonna be going back to Shuro, just squirming in his bed. Feels like I just got punched. I wake up from the pain in my shoulder. My body is still there. I feel my limbs and hear my own breathing. There's a bandage wrapped around my shoulder, and the bed I'm in is soft. I was gonna say, like, a bed is soft as, like, you know, compared to what? Like, a bed that's hard? Well, I mean, actually, sometimes mattresses can be as soft as or a little bit hard, actually. Depends on your own preference. So actually, it makes sense to have, like, a hard bed. Anyway, I don't know. And someone said...
ここまでね。シローはもう戦わなくて。
I get up. I remember everything and jump up from the bed. Ah! Pain causes my back to arch. I feel my left shoulder. It's burning hot. It feels much worse than a pulled muscle. No, I'm lucky that my arm is still attached after a sword went through it, but it still hurts bad. Yeah, he's just moaning and squirming and wriggling in the bed. That's what's gonna be for like 3 days? I don't know, that's what Rin said. I slowly get out of bed. I can bear this pain if I grit my teeth. Then... the heat in my shoulder reaches my head. I shake it off and move my legs. Yeah, I mean, Rin and Archer, they're off trying to kill Castor. That's what they're gonna do. But there shouldn't be anyone. I remember Tosaka's words. She said those words and left. So she went to fight by herself. There should be, Fujine should be around here, right? Probably in another room. I head to the door. I have to go outside. I have to go find Tosaka. I fall. I almost collapse and support myself using the dresser. Oh, that didn't work. It's useless. I fall along with the dresser. Stop making a mess, Shiro. Yeah, you gotta clean up after yourself, but I guess he's in no condition to do that right now. I pick up the scattered stuff. I find something familiar. It's the gem that she used to save us, right? Resurrected us. Well, not resurrect, but like, you know, like revived us from near death, I guess. I saw it somewhere. Yeah, it was like this back then as well. The night I got pierced by Lancer. The fatal wound was healed before I knew it. There was something I picked up when I left the hallway with a tired body. It's hot. The poison in my shoulder gets to my brain and makes me dizzy.
そうだ。これ、あの時のと同じだ。
I know, but my mind does not think. Like the thing I dismissed as a dream. Like whose servant was fighting Lancer at that time. Like, who could have saved me, and who could have been there at that time? There's no need to think about it, but my head is spinning.
くそ。一つ貸しだとか借りだとか言っておいて。こんなの絶対に返せない借りじゃないか。
I mean, yeah, a life is kind of hard to pay back. Unless, I don't know, she like almost dies and Shiro somehow, you know, revives her. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Shiro has the magic to do that necessarily. And we don't need to do the exact same thing, right? To pay back the favor. But anyway, I feel dizzy. My head's messed up from pain, heat, and self-deprecation. I move my legs. I have to look for her. I have something I want to tell her, and there's something she needs to know. That's all I can think about with this dizzy head. Well, what does she need to know, Shiro? I guess we're in the city now? When my senses return, I'm in front of the station. My hazy head is moving based on a vague image. That she's there. It orders me to go there if I am to look for her. Okay. I mean, I assume this is right after. This is right after we got, like, stabbed, I guess. Or slashed, or stabbed. I think it was stabbed, like, right through the shoulder. I don't know why I'm directed here. My boiling head is only thinking about this building. This is the same building that Saber fought Ryder in a different timeline, I guess. Then I can only follow my instincts. I didn't have any way to look for Tosuka from the start, so I can only cling to this thing. Alright, we're at the roof. Yeah, I get to the rooftop. The wind blowing here is even colder and cools down my heated brain. Oh, well, there you are. Oh, Rin is here, actually. I was thinking, like, she was somewhere else, but... Like, she was probably at the temple already, but... Well, actually, she's right here. I hear someone gasp. Tosuka is looking down the town from here, like that one night. Yeah, when we use, like, when Shiro used his, like, magic to, like, you know, zoom in with his eyes. That's very, I don't know, again, maybe that's just something that all magic can do without thinking, but that sounds, like, really useful. To just, like, turn your eyes to binoculars.
帰りなさい。何のつもりか知らないけど、目障りよ、あなた。
She expresses her anger and stares at me. Behind her, he's standing there, telling me silently that I am of no use. I mean, yeah. You know, like just like last playthrough, like most of the time, I mean, Shiro is not all that useful. And hey, what's up, Revak?
帰らない。戻るときは遠坂とだ。一緒に戦うって約束しただろう、俺たちは。
I collect my hazy mind and move my lips.
そんな約束忘れなさい。だいたい今のあなたに何ができるっていうのよ。セイバーを失ったあなたにマスターの相手は務まらない。それにあなたが戦う必要なんてもうないわ。マスターじゃなくなったんだから教会に逃げ込めば安全よ。あとはおとなしくしていれば聖杯戦争は終わってくれる。
Well, again, I don't think the church is very safe, Rin. But I guess they don't know that yet. Or well, I don't know. I don't know if Kirei will show up and say, "Hey, actually, I'm evil, guys," just like last time. Anyway, I almost fainted at her words.
セイバーをあのままにしておけるか。いいか、一度戦うと言ったんだ。なら、どんなことになったって最後までだと。
My vision turns red. I can't talk. Just yelling makes my muscles cramp up and I almost die. Oh, he's already dead.
それ見なさい。今まではセイバーの助けがあったけど、なくなればそうなるのよ。
Yeah, that's how it is when you don't have your super healing power, Shiro.
いい、エミヤ君。人間は傷つけば死ぬの。あなたのその傷だって本来なら致命傷なんだから。
There it is, that's the famous line. I guess this time Rin is saying it. People normally die when they are killed. Damn. I know that. I know people die when they are killed. I said that in the last route. I know, but it's so painful that I can't speak.
それにセイバーがどうのこうのって言うけど、それはあなたが気にかける問題じゃないわ。エミヤ君はマスターじゃなくなったんだから、セイバーがどうなろうと関係ないでしょ。
It does concern me. All the more if Saber has helped me with pain like this up until now.
違う、マスターでなくてもだ。セイバーは嫌がっていた。あんな奴の言いなりになんてさせられ。
そう。けどあなたは無力よ。いいわ。あなたが認めようとしないのなら代わりに私が言ってあげる。今のあなたじゃセイバーを助けることなんてできない。
My heat disappears. Her cold words freeze my boiling brain.
話はここまでよ。セイバーはいなくなってマスターでもなくなった。聖杯戦争なんていう殺し合いに巻き込まれる理由はなくなったんだから、ここでシロは降りなさい。
Just give up, Shiro. Just give up, lol. Tosuka turns and walks off. Oh. She flies away. Amidst the blowing winds, Tosuka kicks the ground without any hesitation. Well, I mean, she can... Well, I don't know if she can fly, but I think the last time she jumped off the roof, I think Archer grabbed her, so I think she's fine. I reach out frantically. Yeah, there he is. There's no need for that. The knight in red appears next to Tosuka as if protecting her. Even if she jumps off from this height, she should be able to land without a problem if she has her servant. Tosuka's lips move slightly. I can't hear what she said, but her eyes. You'll die if you keep involving yourself. Ah, yes. The old, like, you can just look at their eyes and you know what they're talking about. Coldly tell me, so as if it's the last warning. My heat returns. The heat and the pain makes my mind go crazy. I cannot save Saber, and there's no reason for Emiya Shiro to fight. My wound hurts. I look down the night scenery that swallowed Tosuka and repeat those words in my head. Oh, interlude, another interlude, that was fast. Usually interludes, usually they take a while until we switch perspectives, but we get another interlude right away. Amazing. It is a quiet night. The wind blowing on the mountain is gentle, and the rustling of the trees is as quiet as a whisper. There are no birds singing about winter, nor are there beasts howling at the moon. The only path leading to the Ryudo Temple, the long stone steps, preserve its peacefulness tonight as well. But others do not know. This place has withstood 5 battles already. Each one was a great clash. Many servants challenged the Ryudo Temple. Berserker, Lancer, Rider, Saber, and Archer. Really? Huh. Oh, actually, yeah, we saw Saber and Archer at the Ryudo Temple. We didn't really see Rider there. She was there in the Fate Road, actually. She was like mentioned. So maybe she like still attacked the Ryudo Temple as well. We didn't really see Lancer Berserker attack the temple. Maybe it happened off screen. We do know that Lancer has been attacking everyone actually. I think. Well, we know this because of the Fate route. He was under like the priest's orders to attack everyone and all that. I think we know that. I don't know. We never really saw Berserker attack the Ryudo Temple though. You would think, Berserker would win if he just straight up, hey, I'm Berserker, and he smashes Assassin, and he goes to the temple and then smashes Caster, and then there you go. But I guess not. I guess last time in the Fate route they probably didn't do that. They tried to do that, but didn't succeed as well. So maybe that the temple is that powerful. It can even like keep Berserker off their backs, despite Berserker being probably the most powerful servant in the Holy Grail War, next to Saber. This mountain gate is able to enjoy the darkness thanks to the monster that has repelled all 5 enemies. Oh, the monster that has repelled all 5 enemies. I mean, I assume that's Assassin, actually. Has he just fought every single servant by now? Or most of the servants, anyway. The longsword moves. It is fortunate that the moon is not out. The arc of the sword, moving in a crescent moon shape, is so beautiful that the moon would be ashamed of itself if it saw it.
聞いているのですか、アサシン。あなたには門番を続けてもらうと言ったのです。
The high ground is very powerful. It can defeat all of the servants just by being on top of the stairs. Amazing. He ignores the Magus in purple caster. Assassin lowers his longsword and glances at the mountain forest without interest.
いや、邪魔者がいてな。おかしな鳥を見かけたので切ってみたが、血も出なければ悲鳴もあげぬ。これはお前の同胞か、キャスター。
そう。監視役の使い魔ね。バーサーカーのマスターか、あのお嬢さんか。どちらにせよ、ここもそう長くは持たない。
Spying. I guess they can send like strange birds to spy on them? I don't know. Castor walks through the forest and looks down at the thing on the ground. It is the corpse of an owl. Oh, it's an owl. It is a bird made from crystal. It is simple but suited for spying. It must have been made by Archer's master. I mean, yeah, Rin is often does use like gems and stuff to do magic, so maybe you put magic in a bird made from like crystal and stuff.
あのお嬢さんも運がないわね。もう少し無能なら教え子にしてあげてもよかったのに。
If she were less talented, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, you'd think she would, like, you think you would want a student who was just like talented in general, but Castor wants someone less talented apparently. Oh, he steps on it. Oh, I get the owl breaks apart. The amethyst. The amethyst crystals are crushed to powder, scattering star-like dust.
こんな輩も多いし。マスターの守護は任せましたよ、アサシン。
Oh shit.
マスターが死んでしまっては、私も消えざるを得ない。
I sneeze and did not mute.
あなたとて存在してはいられない。
I sneeze in the middle of the dialogue. I don't know. Excuse me. I thought I hit the mute button. I hit the mute button right after. I guess it didn't work. Like, there's a mute button on this blue Yeti. It's like a big red thing. I clicked on it, or pressed it rather. Did not work. I thought I did anyway. I didn't press it hard enough. Anyway. I wasn't listening actually. There are people like this and each other with this and that. You cannot easily see there. I guess, yeah. So they're connected in that way.
消えたくなければ死ぬ気で門を守りなさい。
さて、死ぬ気でというのは難しいな。この小次郎、生まれてこの方、生きているという実感がない。そのようなものに決死を命じても無意味ではないかな、キャスター。
減らず口よ。勘違いはしないことね、アサシン。あなたは私が呼び出したサーバントよ。奴隷は奴隷らしく振る舞いなさい。いいこと？ 主人に忠誠を誓えないのなら、ここで消してしまうだけよ。
Castor's words are filled with enmity and contempt. They're not exactly allies, they're just like, I don't know. Assassin is just, it's just a tool to her, right? Yeah, right there. For her, assassin is only a tool. It is annoying for a tool to talk, so it is natural for her to get mad when it starts to speak cynically.
そうか、それはしたり。カゲロウのごとき我が命だが、今消されるのは困る。一つ約束をしてしまったのでな。できるのならば果たしたいのだ。
なら言葉を慎みなさい。あなたはただここを守っていればいい。ええ、それが果たせた暁にはあなたを本物にしてあげるわ。宝具も持たない下級のあなたが英霊になれるのだから、命を懸ける価値はあるでしょ。
Apparently, Castor can make assassin real? What does that mean?
心配は無用だ。元より閣僚の身、与えられた役割は演じきってみせよう。だがいいのかな、キャスター。私も主人に忠実ではないが、お前とて不義理ではないか。こたびの件、マスターには内密であろう。
At that instant, Assassin's body explodes. A thumping sound. The curse that was put into his body upon summoning has exploded. The trees sway. Assassin is flung into the forest, his chest pierced from within by his own ribs. His figure is like a bloomed flower. Ow.
これはまた、日に日に度が過ぎていくな、キャスター。
黙りなさい。次に同じことを言わせるのなら、あと5日を待たずに消し去るだけよ。
まったく、女と小人は手に負えんというが、お前はいささか行き過ぎだ。
The flashy servant gets up. The servant does not lose his elegance even if he shows his ribs or if his body is covered in blood.
おお、そのような目で睨むな。美しい顔が台無しだぞ、キャスター。わかっている。お前のマスターには全て内密に行うのだろう。セイバーを捕らえたことも、私という門番がいることも隠し通す。
Oh, that's also a secret as well for Assassin?
良い美談ではないか。主人を思うその心意気、あの男に通じるといいのだが。
アサシ、あなた。
なに、ただの負け惜しみだ。どうあろうとお前には手を挙げられぬのだから、この程度のざれ言は許せよ。門は守る。何があろうと守り通そう。だが、そういうお前はどこに行く？私の守りは信用できぬか？
当然でしょう。あなたはただの保険よ。けどそれも終わり。セイバーさえ手に入れれば、こんなひなびた場所を神殿にすることもないわ。
陣地替えか。となると、確かに私は用済みだが、このお山に勝る霊地があるとでも？
I guess Castor is packing up.
ええ。多少は劣るようだけど、私にふさわしい場所があるわ。それに、遠からずそこには足を運ぶのですもの。今すぐに行っても問題はないでしょう。
Assassin's expression, which has been cool up to now, clouds up. Castor smiles as if she's satisfied.
そう。私たちの勝利は揺るがないのだから、先に商品を受け取りに行くの。新しい陣地と聖杯。それにセイバーという駒まで揃えた。これなら乗り気でない私のマスターも、私の方針に異論は挟めないでしょう。
That is true. No matter how much Castor's master, Kuzuki Soichiro, stays silent, he'd be forced to fight if the conditions are set so perfectly. But what is more certain is that
つまらない戦いはおしまい。 聖杯さえ手に入れれば恐れるものは何もない。そう、誰であろうと私を阻むことはできなくなるのですからね。
Loud laughter pollutes the night. The magus in purple expresses a victory. The knight with the long sword looks up at the sky. The time is near. No matter what the end may be, only 5 days remain. Yeah, she said that before. Even though the remaining time will not likely be used up, the swordsman that has lived through hell feels that the match will not be settled easily. Assassin only has 5 days left, or is that 5 days until the end of the Holy Grail War, or I don't know. No, whatever it is, Shiro just I guess crawls back home. Is this a safe place? The boundary feels destroyed, right? And also we can't do anything right now. I guess we're not a master, but well, let's see, because that fact has not saved us before. And I fall. I can't even breathe properly. The wound on my shoulder is swelling up, and it hurts just to breathe. I can't keep my consciousness. I'll fall asleep if I let my guard down. Now, first of all, I'm not too sure if I'm conscious or not. I don't know how I got home from that rooftop, nor why I came home. My thoughts become vague. The only sure thing is my thumping heart. Tosaka told me not to involve myself, because I'm powerless and I don't have a reason to fight anymore. But that's wrong. I knew more than anyone that I'm powerless. My reason to fight is something different. I can't let it become just a scar. Losing against others is inevitable. I'm used to being beat up, and it's vexing, but I know I can't reach them no matter what I do. That's only when my enemy is someone else. I can't lose against myself. There's no element that will make me lose if our powers are equal. To admit defeat against such an enemy is to declare that I'm wrong. The wound distorts. Blood stains the bandage. I grab it with my left arm and glare at the darkness. The memory from 10 years ago. The words of the man who was my father. Even if I was wrong from the start, there's nothing wrong with the path I took. I wanted to be a superhero, so that incident wouldn't just become a sad memory. A time where everyone would be happy and shed no tears. I've held that ideal for 10 years. It doesn't matter how badly my head refuses to function. What needs to be done is determined from the start. I didn't fight because I became a master. I decided to fight because it's something I can do, and I believe it's something I have to do. I finally remember the obvious. If I believe it is right, I will believe in this path until the very end. I won't stop, and I won't let her fight by herself. That's why I will sleep now. I won't let her call me a burden. I'll heal this wound up in one night. When I wake up in the morning, I'll catch up to her for sure, and repay her for what she did that night. Just heal it up in one night? How you gonna do that, Shiro? You just, through sheer willpower, I just heal my wounds, just stitch up my skin, and amazing power just to heal yourself just like that. And here's another interlude. So many interludes. The stone room is illuminated by the morning sun. The light coming in from the ceiling pushes back the darkness. Every entrance and every window is sealed off, but even that cannot block out the sunlight. Even the place that should be covered in darkness benefits from the break of dawn. Huh? Entrances and windows are ordinarily used to let things enter and leave. The cracks cannot be covered, and besides, if it is entirely closed off, it cannot fulfill its duty to be used as a passage. If one wants to completely shut out the light, there should not be any entrances. If one prefers darkness, one should go to an underground place without a way to return. In that regard, this underground temple is not perfect. Light exposes all secrets without reservation. The hidden temple was easily discovered, and its master was easily eliminated as well. There are traces of blood on the floor. The original owner of this temple was killed by the intruder. Well, I mean, if you look at this, I remember this place. It looks like the church. Kotomine Kirei was killed? The supervisor of the Holy Grail War, Kotomine Kirei, was removed from the stage by Castor's hand. Well, I guess he's dead. He's very sweaty. The battle happened a few hours ago. The underground regained its silence. The new master of the church is standing in the darkness, but the winner scorns herself. Castor glares at the darkness with an irritated look. First of all, this temple is unpleasant. Neither the sanctuary nor the secret sanctuary hidden beneath suit her taste. The intruding light is unpleasant, and the priest she killed was unpleasant as well, I guess. And most importantly, the crucial objective has not been accomplished yet. She is shocked at how poorly things are going, and she even considers reducing this whole place to ashes. I mean, I guess that's Saber. Fortunately, she refrains from such violence. It is not because she regained her composure, nor is it because of respect towards the church. She suppressed her emotion only because of this sound. Faint, periodic sounds. A woman's painful voice is like fine music to her. She forgets her troubles and enjoys the spectacle. The groaning sounds of pain comes from a girl. Her murmur is very weak. The groans would inspire either compassion or sadistic pleasure in those who may hear them. Well, I guess Castor is of the latter. It does not need to be said that she falls under the latter category. Yes, well, right there. It says right there. Sweat drips down her forehead. Just watching the beautiful lips gasping in agony seems to bring heat to this cold room.
大したものね、セイバー。レイジの縛りを一晩中拒み続けるなんて、私たちでは考えられないわ。
Oh, there she is, all the puzzle pieces put together. At the back of the temple, the girl hangs, only able to breathe. She doesn't have her armor. As long as she opposes the command spell, free will does not exist for Saber. Worse still, a magic so strong that it is visible tortures Saber's body. The command spell pressures her from the inside, and Castor's magic tortures her from the outside. I guess she's not having a good time. Saber's reasoning has almost disappeared. Only the last remnants of her pride hold her back. Neither the command spell nor Castor's magic can take away that deep root. Therefore, the torture continues forever. Castor watches the process, how the girl desperately tries to hold her ground. It was Castor that dressed her in this white costume, I guess. I guess she put the dress on her, forcing her to cosplay. It's not arousing with her armor. Arousing, and most of all, the armor does not suit her. It is if she is an untainted saint, she should be in a pure white dress when she falls. I guess this is Castor's fetish.
いくらあなたの意志が拒み続けても、サーバントとして作られたその体は別よ。 霊樹が少しずつ侵食しているのがわかるでしょ。あなたはあと1日も経たずに私のものになる。ならもう降参して素直になった方が楽じゃなくて？
The voice protests painfully. Even though her reasoning is melted, Saber does not yield to Caster. You know, it's funny, throughout most of the visual novel, it's only like Shiro who like grunts and moans in pain, but I guess it's Saber's turn now. As Caster says, she will endure this torture until the command spell fully controls her body.
強情ね、セイバー。ええ、けど許してあげる。私、あなたみたいな娘は好きよ。金の髪も小さな体も少年のような凛々しさも可愛いわ。それに裏切るぐらいなら死を選ぶ一途さも愛らしい。ほんと踏みつぶしてあげたいぐらい。
Yep, Caster. Caster's very sadistic, isn't she? She looks at the girl with eyes filled with joy and hatred. If Caster put her mind to it, she could get Saber to surrender in an instant. Saber's freedom is lost from fighting one command spell. Then the result is obvious if Caster uses a second command spell. Yeah, as I said before, she somehow has 3 command spells instead of like either only. Yeah, I think we only have one left as Shiro, I believe. They just come out of nowhere and she just has 3 more. It's hacks. Saber will become casters without the need for such torture, but I guess her noble phantasm, rule breaker, I guess that's what it is. It's literally cheating, you're breaking the rules. But she will not do such an inelegant thing. Caster should take time finishing her since she is a lovely toy. Okay. I guess, yeah, she said like she could use another command spell, but she would rather not. She would rather watch Saber suffer, apparently.
そうね。霊樹で体を支配するなんて退屈ですもの。あなたには自分から私のサーバントになってもらいましょう。ええ。体ではなく、先に心を壊してあげる。
Ah yes, mind break. Her strongest foe is now as good as hers. Nothing can threaten her victory any longer. The location of the Holy Grail is a concern, but that is only a matter of time. For now, she enjoys the fall of the King of Knights with a smile, as a reward for her plotting. But...
そこで何をしている、キャスター。
Yeah, Kuzuki-sensei? An unemotional voice suddenly calls her from behind. She turns around immediately. Above the temple, someone slowly comes down the stairs that lead outside. A tall, lean figure appears from the darkness. There's no sound of footsteps, nor is there any presence to be felt. The man comes down into the temple and shows no emotion even after seeing the blood on the ground and the girl. Yeah, there you go with the Sama honorific again. I mean, that assumes like, I don't know, like, very much a deference to her master. Because you would normally think again, I mean, I guess we already saw them fight together, so I guess not, but like, or rather, I was gonna say initially that Caster would be controlling her master like a puppet, right? But not as evident now, and before, not really. Caster changes her attitude right away. Her expression changes from one filled with joy and irritation to that of a tense servant.
なぜここに？あなたには竜道寺にいるようお願いしたはずですが。
質問は私が先だ、キャスター。ここで何をしていると聞いたのだが。
The man, Kuzuki Soichiro, does not change the tone of his voice. The flat voice is more terrifying than any threat. A voice without emotion is like a mirror. A guilty conscience. The voice is more fearful to those with greater guilt. One is questioned not by Kuzuki, but by one's own mind. Is that true, just from like a monotone voice? Caster holds her hands on her chest and reports to Kozuki. He's not the one that can be fooled. Or he's not one that can be fooled. No, she cannot bear to tell a lie to this person.
昨日マスターの一人であるエミヤシローからサーバントを奪いました。エミヤシローは逃しましたが、すでにマスターではありません。賢明な人間ならば私たちに歯向かうことはないでしょう。
そうか。だがそんな指示を下してはいない。
It's funny that she spilled the beans so easily. She wanted to keep it a secret, right? But I guess not.
私の独断です、マスター。その後、聖杯の器を手に入れるために教会を襲いました。聖杯の管理役である神父は仕留めましたが、聖杯の行方は不明です。
そちらも独断か。帰還しなかったのは聖杯が見つからなかったからだな。確かにせっかく手に入れた場所だ。肝心のものを手に入れないまま留守にしては意味がない。
Kuzuki's words are not criticizing her. A caster can only be ashamed of herself. She killed the priest who knew where the Holy Grail was, but she still does not have the Holy Grail. I mean, I guess, well, if you remember, the vessel of the Holy Grail is not exactly a literal grail, so that's why she has a hard time finding it. Furthermore, she has revealed her own action, which should have been hidden from him. What else can she call it but a total failure?
状況は分かった。理由を説明できるか、キャスタ
ー。申し訳ありません。ですがこれもすべてマスターのため。私の目的はあなたを勝利させることだけです。理由などそれ以外にはありません。
A long silence. After hearing Caster's declaration, Kuzuki Soichiro murmurs, "So this."
ではここから離れるわけにはいかんな。留守中、他のマスターに聖杯を見つけられては、お前の苦労も無駄になる。
では、マスター。
納得のいくまで調べるがいい。それまでは私もここに残ろう。お前一人では戦いに向かん。セーバーが手駒になるまで護衛は必要だろ
う。いえ、それには及びません。マスターに力を借りずとも手駒はありますし、聖杯の探索とてどれほどかかるか。
You know, she's a lot more, I can tell from her voice, from Cass's voice, she's a lot more, I don't know, deferent or, I don't know, timid when she's talking to Kuzuki.
それにここは危険です。竜道寺に戻られた方があなたの身は安全です。
A lot less, you know, villainous. When she was like talking to us, she was like super smug and like super evil, but like when she's talking to Mr. Kuzuki, not so much.
正論だ。だがそれでは私の目的が果たせなくなる。
Those words are unexpected even for Caster. What kind of an objective does this man have, who has no interest even in the Holy Grail, which can grant any wish?
宗一郎様、それは。
急げよ。なければないでいい。成果は問わん。結果だけを出すがいい。
With that, Kuzuki goes back up the stairs. Caster watches him go in blank amazement. The dark room is still silent. The footsteps going up the stairs still cannot be heard. Apparently, he can walk without any footsteps being heard. Does he have like soundproof shoes? Does that even exist? I know in Dark Souls you can like equip a ring that like silences your footsteps. Anyway, I open my eyes. My eyes are not the only things that wake up, as my sleeping mind wakes up as well.
傷は問題ないな。
Huh? I guess we're healed up. I don't know how we did it, but apparently. I check the wound in my left shoulder. It still hurts, but there's no intense pain like last night. The heat in my body has gone away somewhat. It shouldn't be a problem for me to move around. Oh, well, maybe the initial shock and pain is over. Right. I eat breakfast and satisfy my hunger. Food comes before anything else. My body won't move unless it gets the nutrition it needs. Gotta eat, gotta sleep, gotta poop. I reapply the bandage. The wound has turned dark blue. It hasn't healed up, and I can see fresh red meat.
当然だ。今、セイバーはいないんだから。
I guess, yeah, it's not completely healed up, it's just that initial pain is gone. I disinfected, put gauze over it, and wrap bandages around it. It's a primitive first aid treatment to wrap and constrict the wound, but I have to do this so it won't get any worse.
よし、これで終わり。あとは武器がいるな。
You gonna get another chair leg? It's cloudy today. It must be really cold as there's frost on the grass outside. But that's meaningless to me. I feel no cold. My body's burning, and I want to pour ice water over myself. But this is much better than the condition I was in last night. The only things I can find are wooden swords. I choose the one that looks like it is the best and put it into my shinai bag. Once again, we just have like a wooden sword. Probably won't do much against like a servant or anything. Oh well. I slap my cheeks. I don't know if it's to encourage myself or to reassure myself that I won't be coming back here. I honestly don't know why I did that. Is there like a, well, I don't know, I was gonna say like anime trope, you know, when you're about to do something dangerous or something that, well, it's not dangerous, but like something that requires a lot of courage, right? You always see the anime characters slap their cheeks, slap their face, you know, to get ready. Is that a thing like in Japan in general? Is like a part of Japanese culture? Because I don't think that's a thing you do outside of Japan, as far as I know. I always see it in anime. But then again, you know, anime is kind of like often it's just an exaggeration of like, Japanese culture. Kind of like a dramatization, I guess you could say. So something that happens in anime is not necessarily a thing that happens all the time in real life. So I don't know. I carry the shinai bag over my right shoulder and head outside. The place I've lived at for so long. The shed was like my own room, but I don't turn to look at it. Time to abandon our home. Since the boundary field was destroyed anyway, it's not really a safe place to be resting at. Well, even though I've decided to fight, there are many problems. I have to determine clearly what I should do first, or I'll probably end up not getting anything done. Yeah, gotta make a checklist. There's only one course of action. I'll go to the church. Well, I mean, it's kind of ironic, or rather, not ironic, but like, kind of like a coincidence, considering Caster's there, and Saber, and Kuzuki-sensei's over there as well. Basically all our enemies. Well, not Saber. Saber's not our enemy. Well, actually, now I think about it again, Saber's technically our enemy, because she's being controlled by Caster, so actually, yes, she is our enemy. At the moment, anyway. I'll go to the church. It's irritating to go ask that priest for help, but this is no situation to be caring about such a thing. Well, bad news for you, Shiro. The priest is dead. Well, it's like, well, I don't know if it's bad news for Shiro, technically. I don't know if the priest will help us anyway. The priest himself is pretty evil. I guess it's kind of good that he's dead, but then he's kind of replaced with another villain, and her name is Caster, so... Even if meeting up with Tosaka and getting her help may be the best course of action, I have no way of finding her. Yeah, where is she? I assume she's at the temple. That's where the Caster was the last time we know, right? As Shiro and Rin, as I guess everyone else in the world, the only place they know where Caster would be at the temple. Nobody else knows that she's already moved. She already has a new address, a new place of residence at the church. But that priest might know where she is. I mean, I guess that priest knew where she was. And maybe even how to fight against Caster. Well, if he knew, he would have already done it, because he literally fought her. My body feels heavy. The wound on my shoulder aches and it gets hotter with each step I take. This small hill feels like a wall to me, but it'll end soon. I'll be relieved from this heaviness once I go up the hill and reach the church. Again, got bad news for you, Shiro. The church looks as if it were constructed near the sky. Blood is dripping down my chest.
傷開いちまったな。くそ。
I don't think my weak will made the wound worse. I should actually be resting. So it's natural for my wound to open up if I push myself and move around.
けどそれだって琴峰に会えば
He might not be able to treat me, but I'm sure he has some medicine. I mean, I guess it's a bit of a trope in like RPGs. A priest type person would know how to heal people, I guess. His role is to protect masters that are not able to fight anymore. This is ironic, but I am qualified to be under the church's care as I have lost my command spell. Only a bit more until the church. I'm worried about where Tosca may be and how Saber's doing, but I just want to sit down and cool my body for now. Yorokobe Shonin, I'm dead.